I want to come up here and I want to show Robert and tell him a few stories and show him pictures. And I want you to remark on some of these pictures.
Yeah.
Can you remember that far back?
Try to.
That there is Lloyd Johnson, right there. And,
right there.
Lloyd Johnson.
And that's you.
And that's me. And Pat Tibbetts. And that's the first moose I ever called.
That's quite a while ago then.
That's quite a while ago. It's a long time ago. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. And this picture here is that big bull. Remember, we got it up on top of the hill and we looked down in the valley?
Yep.
This is about a mile away in the glasses.
Yeah.
Then we went down.
Yeah, that's a nice moose, wasn't it?
Oh, he was a nice one. Yeah. We got taken and planed them up there.
Yeah. These are all taken Newfoundland, right?
Those are all Newfoundland pictures.
Yeah. Right there, Robert. That's all Newfoundland. Yeah.
And this here, what's that there? You know what that is?
We're loading them and we're coming home.
We're loading them, is right. That's
and the meat's in the box.
There's about 8 horns up in this, 8 sets of horns. Moose and caribou.
Caribou, yeah.
That was 1 year. Here's another year because this is different stuff.
Yeah, that's another year.
There's caribou, 2 caribou, I think, and 3 or 4 moose.
Yeah, 3 or 4 moose there. Yeah. There's the box we have for time.
That box will hold how many quarters?
We can get about 8 in it.
Get about 8 moose quarters.
Yeah. If it's packed in there right.
Yeah. 8 whole moose.
Yeah, whole moose. Yeah.
That's a big box. Fills the whole back of the truck.
Yeah.
And we had that built specially for the Hall of Moose. Here's a picture of Terry and your son. Remember him? You remember him? Remember when we were the year Terry was over?
Yeah.
Mark was with us that year, and they both got.
Okay.
Remember they shot. Mark got his first, and then Terry got his 1 hour later.
An hour later.
First morning.
Yeah. It was raining that day.
Oh, streaming. Oh, wasn't it coming down the bucket?
Just
buckets.
That's right,
too. Yeah. This here is a picture. Do you remember we used to cat hunt?
Yes, sir.
You were in a couple of those cats. You got them up to Fisher Mountain.
Okay.
You got 2 of them.
2 of them.
And that's the dogs.
The dog.
That's an old picture too.
That's an old picture
That's an old timer. There's one a few years later. 5 cats.
5 cats there.
And that's Biscuit.
Yeah.
Old 2 good dogs. Yeah. Remember this hunt? We were over to West Branch.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
you got 2 that time.
Got 2, and we only had the 1 dog there too.
Yeah.
One of them, remember, we drove around. We passed this tractor about 5 times, and then we blown right full. And finally I said, well, this is what I have to put on this track. And it never went as far as maybe the dredge
Just
there.
side of the road.
Yeah.
Right on the side of the road.
She treated it right there. Yeah. Here's one of Biscuit. She was a big snowstorm, and I went out to feed her. Next morning, couldn't find the dog, and there's just a level snow. I had to dig down. She crawled. I dug down, but she crawled out.
That at your place?
That's at my place.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This is Glenn, and you and I and Glenn were over moose hunting Newfoundland.
And caribou hunting too.
And caribou. Glenn shot a caribou, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah.
What you got? I got a moose. That's a moose there. We're doing a moose shot.
I had a double hunt that year.
Yeah.
I had moose and caribou.
That might be your moose. I'll have to get this first. Do you remember which moose? And this here
was a cleaner.
Yeah, I was a cleaner. This here.
Oh, that's the time we was skidooing.
Went over a snowmobile. That was great going then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
See,
you could just go.
116 moose. Wasn't
we saw 117. And we counted. We said before we started. We said, let's see how many moose we can see today. They were talking about how many moose we saw. So we go back across those barrens and down in the valleys, where the moose be down in the valleys. And whenever the snowmobile went along the bank, for some reason, instead of staying there where it was safe, they'd go up the other side and up onto the barrens and hit across the next barren.
Yeah.
So we sat on one side and just took pictures.
They would just come out of there.
And counted them, 117 moose. And there were 2 moose that was March, the end of March. And 2 of them still had horns.
Still had their horns on.
They weren't big. There's a nice little set, about probably 6 points.
Yeah.
That was the end of March. I said to Charlie, I said, that one's got them horns.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, we see them here quite often. He went this late.
There's a moose right there.
That's that old moose that
fell down. And she couldn't get up. It was late Still down
March.
there.
That was the same trip.
Same trip.
It was in March, and she was down, and she couldn't get up. She was so old, and she trying to get to her feet. So we stopped, and we just watched her. And finally, she got to her feet. She trotted off. She was in bad shape, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She probably made it through the winter. There's some of the J5s, the 2 J5s from back at the hunting camp in Newfoundland.
Yeah, that's how we get them out. There's our box right there.
There's
look.
the box. We put the moose in.
Yeah, yeah,
Put the quarters in.
yeah. That's taken right out in front of the camp.
But they haul. I take the moose out, right out, and they do them up.
Yeah.
Take them straight to a meat shop, do them all up, and then we pick them up the next day.
There's that big caribou you got.
That's the big caribou I got. Yeah, that was a big caribou.
Yeah.
28 points.
Yeah.
Double pans.
Yeah.
Double pans out of his face there. He was up on the way up on the Barren, and
Yeah.
he was about a long shot. It must have been 200, 300 yards.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did a long
easy,
ways.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know I raised the gun about 16 inches above his back and hit him dead on. So it was a lot. It was far enough that I
Yeah.
figured I had to shoot that high. It was a big caribou, nice caribou. And this never coming. You know what happened on that trip? Thing my nose.
Oh yes, that limb hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whack right. Near knocked my. I went backwards and stunned me.
Yeah, I thought
I
it.
saw stars and moons
Yeah.
and lightning and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, the limb come right up and hit him.
Oh, it's an awful
Yeah.
swat.
An awful swat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thought I was hit by E.J. Durrell. This here one here, Lloyd, that's that moose, that big caribou you got.
Yeah. That's
One of
him.
the first trips we went over there.
Second trip.
Remember, Charlie saw him way off about,
Yeah.
about 500 yards away.
Yeah.
And Charlie said, there's a big old stag over there. Who wants him? You said, I do. That's the one that fired. We had it on tape, remember? And the shots we fired. You fired about 5 shots, and there was something wrong with the gun.
Yeah.
Finally, you hit it and got
It
him.
was jammed.
The gun, but it was off. Remember? Because
Yeah.
we went back and you said, let's try this gun. I know this gun. I couldn't miss a caribou that many times. So you tried the gun out on a lake. There's a rock on the lake. And Lenny, you said, Lenny, you try. He's a good shot. Bang! And hit it about that far from the rock. Lloyd said, I knew it. I knew the gun was off.
And it was.
It was off.
Yeah,
oh,
it
yeah.
was,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard placing guns, isn't it?
Oh, and yeah, well, they're going in on those
Yeah,
machines.
yeah.
They're bouncing around. The guns are bouncing and
Yeah.
tearing around.
You got to be hell and careful.
Yeah.
There's a nice caribou. Yeah.
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 You know where that moose was?
That's on the main highway.
Well, that's right. Remember, it was hit by a car, a truck.
Yeah, hit by a
We
truck.
come
right?
along, took a picture of it.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of moose then anyway.
Yeah.
On the other truck. Yeah.
We're coming out
We're
then.
coming home. Yeah.
They're
we're going
coming home then. Yeah.
But we had a lot of good trips over there.
I guess we had. Yeah. 20.
Yeah.
I think this is number 27, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was about 27. Yeah.
26 or 27.
27 trips we had over there.
Is it?
We've been going there for 27 years. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.